This is the Uke Revolution. I'm Brooke, and you're watching a lesson for the Sabrina Carpenter song Taste. So today we're going to play a half step down from the original. The original is an E flat. We're going to play in D today because the chords are simpler. You can use capo 1 if you want to play in the original key, or you can tune your ukulele up G sharp, C sharp, F, and A sharp. And then if you play with these chords, it will be in the original key. In this lesson, we'll see the chord shapes already on the screen if you want to start looking at them, chord patterns for each part of the song, and some strum patterns. There's a secret, simplified, very easy way to play this with only 3 chords the whole time. And I will show you that too. That's the first thing I'll show you after we talk about the chord shapes if you want a very simple way to play it. And then I'll get into the more like complex version with different chord variations, which has a PDF. So if you want access to the PDF, it's in the member library, and you can find the member library on Ko-fi or on Patreon by joining as a monthly member. There's links in the caption below for membership program information. Big shout out and much love to all current members. Thank you for supporting the Uke Revolution. Let's learn the song. I want to give you a mini music theory note. So if you're not interested in the mini music theory note, you can check the timestamps and skip this part. But I think it's interesting about this song, and it ties it into another song that's on the channel, and you might want to put those two together and make kind of a medley. And this is like a little, I guess, sort of subconscious tool that songwriters use sometimes to create suspense and storytelling without making it seem like anxious and stressful. Today I said we're playing a half step down from the original. We're playing in the key of D. We're playing in the key of D. So the key tone is D. But in the arrangement of this song, we almost never visit the chord D. It's almost never in the song. And the song doesn't even end on D. It doesn't even start on D. It ends on G or G major 7, some form of G. So it creates this kind of unresolved dancing around sort of feeling, but it does it without creating like stress. It's a different kind of suspense. And this same kind of chord structure is used in Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. Actually, the arrangement that I use when I rickroll people at gigs, when I play Never Gonna Give You Up, I use the same key, D, and it's a lot of the same chords. These two would actually kind of, you can make a medley out of them pretty well, because they have that same sort of dancing around the key tone and never really arriving at it. It actually, like, it doesn't even come up at all in Never Gonna Give You Up. In both songs, we hint at the key tone with the B minor and B minor 7 chords. This is a relevant chord to D, meaning it shares some of the same pitches. And if you look at B minor 7, because it's just a little more complex than B minor, it actually contains the whole D chord inside it. So when we hit this B minor 7 in the song, this is pretty much going kind of pointing at we're in the key of D. Like, it's the only time you're really going to hear it. It comes up one other time. Most of this song, if you play it with just 3 chords, is 5, 6, 4 in the key of D. It's the 5th tone chord, it's the 6th tone chord, and then it's the 4th tone chord. Never Gonna Give You Up is, we do back and forth between G and A a lot in Never Gonna Give You Up. Anyway, I thought that was just cool. I was like, what is it about this song? And then I figured out, we never really visit the key tone. And that's the same thing we do in Rick Astley. Okay, so the chords we need to play this song are A, B minor 7, G, D, F sharp minor, and G major 7. And there's one more. It's a G add 9. It's noted on the song sheet. You're going to bar the 2nd fret and then put your middle finger on the E string of the 3rd fret. If you want to play a really, really simplified version of this song, you can play A for 2, B minor or B minor 7 for 2, and then G for 4. And then you just repeat that. 1, 2, 1, 2, G, A, B minor, G. And going from this B minor or B minor 7 to the G, like a little trick that you can do, because we're already barring the bottom 3 strings here to make either one of those B minors, you can just add your middle finger on the E string to make the G chord instead of moving all your fingers into that position. So I'm just going A, 2 down strums, B minor, 2 down strums. And then 1 round of the island strum, down, down, up, down, up for the G. We'll see later in the pre-chorus, there's an F sharp minor, but you can totally ignore that and just still play this simple A, B minor, G all the way through. And the melody sounds fine. It matches up pretty well because, again, we have relevant chords with F sharp minor. So that's like the easiest way to play it. Boom. If you don't want to pay attention to anything else. together. And if that's true, you just have to taste me when he's kissing you. Da, 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 just know that I was always there. Heard you're back together. And if that's true, you just have to taste me when he's kissing you. Okay, if you want to get a little more interesting, we are going to look at the different parts of the song. In between all these forward slashes are 4 beats. If you see one chord by itself, just the name of the chord in between 2 forward slashes, that chord gets all 4 beats. And then we have some little things to divide them up. So if you see a chord name and a hyphen, those are 1 beat each. So in the verse, oh, I make quite an impression. He pins you down on the carpet, all of those. So we have A for 2, B minor 7 for 2, G add 9 for 4. A for 2, D for 2, and G for 4. And that repeats to make a verse. So if we play that with just a down strum, 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B minor 7, G add 9. You just put one finger down. A, D, G. A, B minor 7, G add 9. A, D, G. And the pre-chorus part is, now I'm gone, but you're still laying. We have A for 2, B minor for 2, G add 9 for 4, F sharp minor for 4, and G for 4. So for this B minor to G add 9 switch, move your pointer finger up to get that 4th string at the top, and then put your middle finger down. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B minor, G add 9. F sharp minor, G. There's a couple notes on the song sheet. Let me go ahead and address those because they're relevant to what we're learning right now. Okay, this last one first. This is a fluid set of chords, basics with variations, and generally you can swap out one for the other and it will sound fine. So we're seeing that happening anyway. Like in the verse, we got B minor 7. Down here, we have B minor. You could play either one of those, B minor or B minor 7, and it'll sound fine. The same with the Gs. If you see a G add 9, you can feel free to play a G. If you see a G, you can feel free to play a G add 9. You might even play G major 7. Is it going to be exactly like the original production? No, but it'll probably sound fine. So you can kind of choose what you like, how it sounds. Going on, for example, you can use G instead of G add 9, G major 7, or B minor instead of B minor 7 if you want to keep things simple. So this is how we're able to take just those 3 chords I taught in the beginning and just play the whole song. And the original production, especially in the beginning of the song, it uses A5 and B5 instead of A and B minor 7. Basically, it's just using really sparse, keyboard sounds. Most 5 chords are difficult to form on ukulele, but A5 is okay. Give it a try if you like. So this A5 shape, 2-4-0-0. Let me move this over so you can see my hand. We've got 2, 2nd fret, the G string, and the 4th fret, the C string. This is an A5. If you want to play A5 instead of A, you can try that too, especially for the verse chords for the intro. Plays into this sort of unresolved, suspenseful sound without sounding stressed out. If you know a great shape for B5, I didn't find a really simple one, so I left it out. And one last little note. Over the lyrics, longer chords, 4 beats, are marked in italics over the lyrics below as a reminder, because we are switching back between 2-beat chords and 4-beat chords really often in this song. The longer ones are marked in italics to remind you that they're longer when you're playing with the lyric. I want to show you some strum things. So we're playing with a divided beat. We count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So same thing here. All these forward slashes have 4 beats, just like up here. So the first one here is down, chunk up, chunk up. That's a chunky island strum. This works well for the chords that have 4 beats. The next one, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up. This works really well for bars that have 2 chords, like the A and B minor together. But you can do either one. You can do whatever you want. Usually I will play down, up, chunk up for these bars that have 2 chords. And then I'll play down, chunk up for the bars that have 4 beats for 1 chord. If you want to play the island strum the whole time, then you would take this strum pattern and split it up over 2 chords. So the first chord in a bar would get down chunk and the second chord would get up chunk up. So it makes the change happen just a little bit sooner, but it's totally fun. So I'm going to play the verse chords and I'm going to use down up chunk up and down chunk up up, chunk up. You can also, you don't have to chunk on any of these. You can just play down, down, up, or you can just play down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's up to you. Down, up, chunk up, 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 down, chunk up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, chunk up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, chunk up, chunk up. And I'll play the pre-chorus chords the same way. So for the one bar that has 2 chords, I'll use this one. For all of these, I'm going to do down, chunk up, chunk up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one is just a down strum. It's basically what we did to practice the chords. Okay, then we have the chorus chords. So the chorus chords, of course, are the heard you back together. The bridge is every time you close your eyes part. So we have A for 2, B minor 7 for 2, and G major 7 for 4. We're going to play that line 3 times. And then we have A for 2, D for 2, and G major 7 for 4. And we play that 2 times to make up a chorus. So the bridge, we have A for 2, B minor 7 for 2, and G major 7 for 4. And we play that 5 times. I'm going to play through these, but I'm not going to do them 3 times or 2 times. I'm just going to play through each line once with a down strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B minor 7, G major 7. Second line, A, D, G major 7. And the bridge, we already did it in the chorus. We'll do it anyway. I'm just making sure we cover all the bases. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B minor 7, G major 7. Ta-da! So I just want to show you this outro chorus before we play the whole thing. So we've got the regular chorus, and then after the Just Know That You'll Taste Me 2 line, we'll keep playing the chorus chords, and she repeats the line, you'll just have to taste me when he's kissing you, 2 times, and then it just ends kind of abruptly. So on this G, you'll just have to taste me when he's kissing you. That's all. Just want to show you that. Let's do the whole thing. And I'll be playing the strum pattern. I'm not really sure which one. I just kind of subconsciously weave in and out of the different ones, but it will be some iteration of the ones that we learned. 1, 2, 3 on the A. Oh, I leave quite an impression. 5 feet to be exact. You're wondering why I have his clothes when missing my body's where they're at. Now I'm gone, but you're still laying next to me, 1 degree of separation. Heard you're back together, and if that's true, you'll just have to taste me when he's kissing you. If you want forever, I bet you do. Just know that she'll taste me too. He pins you down on the carpet, makes payments with his tongue. He's funny now, all his jokes are different. Guess who he learned that from? Now he's gone, but you're still laying next to me, 1 degree of separation. Heard you're back together, and if that's true, you'll just have to taste me when he's kissing you. If you want forever, I bet you do. Just know that she'll taste me too. Every time you close your eyes and feel his lips, you're feeling mine. Every time you breathe his air, just know I was already there. You can have him if you like. I've been there, done that once, twice. Sing about it, don't mean I care. Just know that I've been known to share. Well, I heard you're back together, and if that's true, you just have to taste me when he's kissing you. If you want forever, I bet you do. Just know that you'll taste me too. You'll just have to taste me when he's kissing you. You'll just have to taste me when he's kissing you. Ta-da! I feel like I sang that a lot better than I expected to. So I'm going to give myself a high five, and I give you one too. Thanks for joining me to make music or enjoy music or listen to music or sing along or play along, whatever you're doing. Thanks for being here. If you made it to the end of the video, you get an extra 10,000 points this week. And as always, if you have questions, let me know in the comments. I reply to all YouTube comments that are relevant to the lesson or the channel. And I will see you next time with another song lesson. Happy strumming and stay funky, everybody. Peace out. Bye-bye. Or you can turn... Look at my little piggy sitting right on top. Oink, oink. You can have him if you... I need more breath. What happened to Brooke? She asphyxiated trying to play Sabrina Carpenter.